Hi guys, welcome to Basement Apes Live. I'm very excited to have Gilby Clarke here with me. Hi,
Thank you.
Gilby. How are you going?
Nice to be here. It's great. Fantastic.
Yeah?
Yes.
And you're back home tomorrow morning?
Yes, exactly. That's the way it is.
Yeah.
You know, you fly in, you fly out, you know.
Yeah.
No time to jet lag.
No, you've been here for what, 2 days?
Yeah, a couple of days.
And you came from Sydney?
Yeah. I was in Sydney first, yeah.
Yeah.
It was great. We had a great time. We had a great show, you know. I mean, I've never been to Australia and not have a good time.
Oh, Australia is amazing.
Yeah, well, everybody's very friendly,
Yeah.
and like I said, everybody really enjoys going out, partying, and having a good time, and that's what we do. We entertain. So
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Oh, well, I can't wait for your show
Oh,
tonight.
thank you. It's gonna be fun.
Now, tell me about. So you were in the LA scene. You're born in Ohio.
Yes.
Yeah, and then so you would have moved out to LA when? Were you?
I think we were talking about it, and I actually don't remember, but like 15, 17, like right around there.
Yeah. Leave the nest and then go to a
and didn't play rock and roll, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
at that time, there really wasn't a Hollywood scene, you know.
Right.
I mean, it was just music, you know, and definitely like a few years later is kind of when, you know, like the sunset scene started to develop.
Yeah.
You know, with the Roxy, Whiskey, Troubadour, and then the other clubs like Cat House and
Yes.
Scream and all those places.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, you were in LA for a good 5-6 years before you. Well, even before you started playing with Guns N' Roses, right?
Actually, for quite a while, actually about 10 years, I had actually made like 3 records with my bands. Like I had my very first band was a band called Candy, where it just kind of popped.
Yeah.
And we made a record. We did like some tours and stuff. And then I always wanted to be a little harder. You know, it was it's your first band. You know, I mean, we had a great time, but I always wanted to be a little bit more rock.
Yeah.
So I started a band called Kill for Thrills, and that was my band. And I actually started singing. I was always the guitar player, but I tried singing in that one, and we made a couple records for MCA back then.
Yeah.
And then I got the Guns gig, and that kind of took me away from all that and put me right in the middle of it all.
Yeah. And you also brought out your debut album in '94, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, cool. So tell me a bit about, you were playing with the Guns N' Roses and stuff, but obviously it's like you found a calling of your own original.
When I made my first record, it really was more of there was nothing happening at that time with Guns. We had just finished a 2.5-year tour. We put out the Spaghetti Incident, so we knew we were going to have downtime. So for me, it was just something to do, you know.
Yeah,
it's like, I mean, if the band was going to go write new songs and make a record, I would not have made my record, but we weren't. So I kind of needed something to do. So I had all the songs I had. And I went and made the record. All the guys in Guns contributed to it.
Yes, yeah.
Which was great. I mean, it was good to get everybody kind of back in the room together. And it just kind of like developed into something. I never really set out to be a solo artist.
Yeah.
I always thought of myself as just a guitar player, you know, and for me, Guns was the perfect gig. But then when things, you know, just weren't working, you know, I just kind of, thank God, had something like my own records to do and to go and tour. So it just kind of blossomed into something.
Yeah, right, okay. And so as far as writing and things like that, so where is and what is the most inspirational setting for you to be writing this amazing stuff that you do?
That's a good question. Always with a guitar in my hand. It always, I mean, I don't think I've ever actually written a song where I had a lyrical idea or a melody. It always came from a guitar.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I'm not really one that goes, okay, I'm going to practice today. I mean, at my house, I have guitars everywhere.
Yeah.
Or if I'm on the road, I always have a guitar in my room. And so, you know, when you have an idea, an inspiration, whatever, it starts on, for me, it starts on the guitar and then develops into a song.
Yeah. That's interesting, because I write a little bit of music as well, and I find that sometimes even just a drum beat or someone tapping there.
See, that is the new way of thinking.
Yeah, I wondered that.
Which is a great idea. I mean, you know, music started as a tribal thing anyway.
Yeah.
So, I mean, nowadays, having access to those beats and grooves is a great idea.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you, have written a few songs that have started with the beat. I have a song called Broken Down Car, which was an old Gene Krupa drum beat, and it's just I always wanted to have a song with that beat, so I have done the beat thing too.
Yeah, it's good. Well, you've got the diversity there to be able to choose from what you want to do. Oh, that's really exciting. And so, plans for the future, tell me.
Well, we have this new band called Kings of Chaos that we've been doing.
Supergroup.
The
supergroup,
I hope so.
Oh, incredible lineup.
It is a great lineup, and we actually started it a couple years ago, and it's not that it's going slowly, it's just that everybody's busy and trying to find those pockets where we can all get together and do some shows. So right before I came here, we just did South Africa, which is the first time I've ever been there, and it was incredible. We had Slash playing with us, with Joe Elliott, Glenn Hughes, Matt Sorum, Duff McKagan, Ed Rowland, Miles Kennedy, Dave Kushner. Boy, I hope I didn't forget anybody, but it's a great lineup, and it's some really, really good songs.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
So anyway, that's what I'm doing now. So when we, I always have my own band, just as Gilby Clarke, and I do shows, and when I get home from this, I'll be home for about 10 days, and I go to Europe for some shows. I'm doing a couple festivals, and then we do Sturgis, and then we have some Kings of Chaos shows coming up.
Great. Alrighty. Wow, we're looking forward to following you guys in that. All the best. And guys, let's tune in and look at Gilby's next tours for Kings of Chaos and his solo stuff as well. Thank you so much for giving us the time.
You're welcome.
It was lovely to meet you.
Thank you, and you too. This is nice.
Cool. Thank you, guys. See you later.